Yeah, I'm very excited. It's been like a long process. Like this time last year, I was at World Juniors, so coming out here in my first open outdoor season is amazing, and I'm really excited to be out there running against the best in the world.
The world of track and field has a new sensation, a name whispered with a mix of awe and disbelief. Gout. Gout. At just 17 years old, this Australian high school student isn't just fast, he's rewriting the history books, challenging global legends, and leaving seasoned observers utterly stunned. Prepare yourself, because the story of Gout Gout is about to unfold, revealing how an unassuming teenager became a beacon of unprecedented hype, proving that the future of sprinting might be younger, faster, and more audacious than anyone dared to imagine. Not long ago, Gout Gout was just another promising junior athlete, but his rise has been nothing short of meteoric. With blistering speed and a maturity that belies his age, he didn't merely make noise in Australian junior competitions, he detonated records. Earlier this year, at the Golden Spike meet in Ostrava, Czech Republic, Gout clocked an astonishing 20.02 seconds in the 2,000 meters. This wasn't just a personal best, it shattered the Australian national record, sending shockwaves through the athletics world. But the true audacity of his talent was hinted at even earlier, with wind-assisted runs like a jaw-dropping 19.84 seconds in Perth and a 9.99-second 100-meter dash, times that, while not official for record purposes, screamed of sub-20 potential in the 2,000 meters. His ultimate goal, to become the first Australian in history to officially dip below the hallowed 20-second barrier in the 2,000. Now, the 17-year-old sprint sensation is preparing for his senior international debut at the World Athletics Championships in Tokyo. Imagine being in high school, juggling final exams, while simultaneously preparing to face the fastest men on the planet. Athletes a full decade older, some of them reigning Olympic champions. Gout enters this elite arena as the youngest competitor in the field, a stark reality that would overwhelm most. Yet he remains undaunted. A strategic decision was made by Gout and his coaching team to focus exclusively on the 2,000 meters, foregoing the 100-meter dash earlier this year. The reason is simple: the 200-meter distance perfectly suits his strengths, particularly his powerful finishing kick, which allows him the crucial time to hit top speed where he truly shines. While his initial heat spared him direct clashes with sprinting titans like Noah Lyles, Kenneth Bednarek, and Letsaila Tebogo, the competition is fierce, featuring athletes who have already broken the 20-second mark this season. To advance to the semi-finals, he must finish in the top 3 of his heat, or be among the next 6 fastest overall. The pressure is palpable, but so is the conviction that he belongs. The comparisons began almost immediately, and for good reason. Gout's trajectory bears an eerie resemblance to the early career of none other than Usain Bolt, the greatest sprinter of all time. At 17, Bolt ran 20:13 seconds. Gout has already clocked 20.02 seconds. A 3D simulation comparing their 200-meter performances at age 16 showed Gout with an edge, running 20.04s to Bolt's 20.7s. This isn't merely a flattering comparison, it's a terrifying prophecy of potential. To put Gout's 20.02-second run into jaw-dropping perspective, had he achieved that time at the Paris Olympics, he would have finished equal 5th, just 0.56 seconds off the winner, and a mere 0.32 seconds behind Noah Lyles. Let that sink in. A 17-year-old schoolboy was a hair over half a second away from Olympic gold pace, and the chilling truth is, he hasn't even reached his physical peak. Even after missing the 200-meter final at the Tokyo World Championships with a time of 20.36 seconds in the semi-finals, his performance still surpassed what Usain Bolt achieved at the same age and stage. The Jamaican legend himself has reportedly taken note, watching Gout's opening round in Tokyo with a look of surprise, later remarking that gout is the future of athletics.
Menya moving away from him, Morisi in the headband, a battle between these two, and Gout working so hard to get to him, and he gets there. Gout takes it by me.
It's been decades since Australia has been this captivated by a track and field athlete. Not since the glory days of Cathy Freeman has a single sprinter ignited such national fervour. Gout. Gout is already drawing crowds that shatter previous attendance records. A small local meet, the Storwell Gift, saw its usual attendance double to 6,000 people when Gout was scheduled to run, even though he didn't make the final. Then came the Maurie Plant meet in Melbourne, where 10,000 tickets sold out, the first one-day athletics meet sellout in Australia in over 2 decades. People were driving from across the country just to witness this teenager run for 20 seconds. The media attention is equally unprecedented. 14 Australian journalists received credentials for the World Championships, more than double the number for the last championships in Hungary. Both Channel 9 and SBS are broadcasting the event, creating an unheard-of situation where 2 major networks are covering the same athletics competition, with millions tuning in. Legendary Australian sports commentator Bruce McAvaney, who has covered athletics for decades, expressed his excitement, stating that it's possible for him to reach the 200-meter final in Tokyo, which would be an extraordinary achievement at his age. This is a stark contrast to Bolt, who at 18 didn't even make it out of his heat at his first Olympics in Athens. Gout. Gout's story extends far beyond the confines of the track. Born in Ipswich, Queensland, on December 29, 2007, he is the third of 7 children in a family of South Sudanese heritage. His parents, Bona and Monica, fled South Sudan via Egypt in 2006, seeking a better life in Australia. Early in his life, Gout was a competitive soccer player, only shifting his focus to sprinting around Year 7 after a school carnival performance caught someone's eye. His schooling at Ipswich Grammar has been a cornerstone as he diligently balances being a top-tier athlete with the demands of being a dedicated Year 12 student, even preparing for final exams while competing on the world's greatest stages. Crucially, Gout's incredible journey has been guided by an unlikely mentor, his coach, Di Shepherd. This 60-year-old woman is not a former Olympic champion or a world-renowned track guru. She once worked in the uniform shop at Gout's school. Shepherd discovered him when he was around 12, rapidly transitioning him from minimal training to serious sprint work. By age 14, Gout was already smashing national U16 records in both the 100 meters, 10.7 seconds, and 200 meters, and dominating sprint doubles at state meets. Shepherd, a straight-talking disciplinarian, isn't afraid to make bold predictions, openly stating that Olympic gold is a real possibility, perhaps even at the 2032 Brisbane Olympics. She sees emotional intelligence in Gout and an ability to handle pressure and commit to long-term goals. Adding to his formidable arsenal, Gout also boasts a legal 400-meter personal best of 46.2 seconds, demonstrating a strength over longer sprints that significantly boosts his speed endurance in the 2,000 meters, particularly crucial during the grueling rounds of championship meets. Despite the skyrocketing hype, the reality of the global stage is brutally unforgiving. While Gout has been busy with math tests and English essays, the world's best sprinters, many of them full-time professionals, have been meticulously training and competing in Diamond League meets across Europe. Noah Lyles, the current world champion and Olympic 100-meter champion, has clocked 19.63 seconds this year, the fastest in the world, with 6 of the top 10 times belonging to Americans. Gout's 20.02 seconds places him tied for 20th fastest globally this year. This might not sound overwhelming until you remember he's still a teenager, juggling school with training, competing against athletes who dedicate every waking moment to their craft. Andrew Fetchney, who manages Australia's high-performance athletics program, maintains realistic expectations, suggesting that simply getting out of his heat would be a fantastic effort for a 17-year-old. Yet, the Australian betting company TABE has offered incredibly optimistic odds, 21-1 for Gout to win the 200-metre final and 4.5-1 for him to finish in the top 3. These are staggering figures for someone making his senior debut, but Gout himself appears utterly unfazed by the swirling storm of attention. When asked about the pressure, his response is disarmingly simple, revealing a profound and rare mental fortitude. "I don't feel any pressure, because as soon as I step out on that track, it's just me by myself, and what I've got to do, my favorite thing, and that's to run." He believes he puts more expectation on himself than the whole country. Despite signing a significant $6 million deal with Adidas, Gout's life remains surprisingly grounded. He still lives at home with his 6 siblings, sharing a bedroom in their family house, and he still needs to ask permission to skip school for the biggest races of his young life. Gout's impact is already historic. He's not merely fast for his age. He's already a national record holder whose 20.2-second run earlier this year isn't a hopeful sign of future greatness. It's definitive proof that he's already competing at an elite level. His journey at the World Championships in Tokyo, despite not reaching the final, was seen not as a disappointment but as a significant step, with his semi-final time still faster than Usain Bolt's debut at the World Championships at a similar age. With a remarkably clear mindset, the guidance of a dedicated coach like Di Shepherd, and an entire nation rallying behind him, Gout is rapidly shaping up to be Australia's most electrifying sprint talent in decades. He's not chasing fleeting hype. He's meticulously building something real and enduring. While he may not have taken home gold in Tokyo, what he possesses is infinitely more powerful. Immense momentum, a clear vision, and years, potentially 15 more years, as he himself states, of untapped potential still ahead. At just 17, Gout hasn't just broken records. He's shattered expectations and redefined what Australia, and indeed the world, can anticipate from its next generation of track stars. His blend of raw talent, unwavering focus, and an almost mystical calm under unimaginable pressure suggests a future where his name will be etched alongside the sport's most iconic figures. He's a testament to the idea that greatness can emerge from the most unexpected places, at the most unexpected times. The world has just witnessed the beginning of something truly special, a young man poised to sprint into history, one electrifying stride at a time.